Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 5, season 4 of United We Stand with the mighty Manchester United. As always, thanks for joining me. It's massively appreciated and you can do loads for me. Now, I've heard a rumour that this morning you helped a little old lady cross the road. That's very kind of you. Do you know what else would be kind? If you helped me and smash the shit out of that thumbs up. Go on, do it. I know you want to. Get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new, hit that bell and you'll never miss anything that I do. And why would you want to? And why would you want to miss this series if you're still with it? I love you long time. And we've got another one to get through. Now in the last one, I really enjoyed playing it. I had a full day off on the Thursday, got through the majority of it. I flowed through it, it was fun. This season has been a slog, in-game and out-of-game. Over the last 4 days, I've been playing it in little bits. And I don't know if that's reflected into the season, because the season's felt like a slog with fatigue and certain results and injuries and galore. It's been a graft. I've still enjoyed it. I'm loving being Manchester United manager. But it's been a very different experience for me. Hopefully you're going to enjoy this episode though, and hopefully we'll have a good outcome, but we don't know yet, do we? So let's find out. We'll start the episode right here on the finances page on deadline day. Right, so you're looking at the money now. I'm only 10 million in the red and I've actually still got 104 million to spend. It's bonkers. Now you may remember when you start the game, I think United owe about 500 million, half a billion. I made that 800 million because I wanted to try a little experiment, stretch the finances, either get sacked or maybe force the Glazers out. Now, neither of them have happened. And over the years, obviously, we've been struggling with money. We get a lot of money coming in, but a lot of money was going out. But a lot of that money is being paid off now. And our debt is only 200 million, the net debt. And obviously the Rice deals and so on, they've all been paid off now. So I wanted to try and be a bit wiser. Because there were rumours, there were murmurs that there might be a takeover. Best rumour of all, on the 30th of July, a tycoon eyes Manchester United. I hate this about the game. When it teases you, it dangles that lovely, glorious thing right in front of you and then snatches it away. It's bullshit. This does not happen. There's another rumour, and then the Glazers just squash it, and nothing happens. Now the club is apparently in a process, but nothing happens all season long. I hate this. Why do it? Why do it to us? It's horrible, really. Why can't they just do it if something real is going to come of it? Yeah, for a moment, you get a little bit excited. So let's get down to the deals quickly, and I've made some moves now. I've promoted a youth player, a real player, who has been out on loan for a couple of years. And, you know, I had certain players wanting to go. And I felt like it was time to maybe cash in on a few of them. And I'm mad. Wolves came in, 15.5 million, going up to 17.5 million. He's gone. Juve came in for Palestri, 32.5, going up to 36.5. I couldn't say no. Now, these two have both been like spare wingers, but promoting that kid and having other players that can cover, I felt like I could do it, and I felt like it was money I couldn't turn down. Barcelona came in for Delo, and again, he's been good, he's been decent, but I wanted to freshen certain areas up, and this money was rolling in. And we got 30 million flat for Delo from Barca. Now, I did want to sell Tyrell Malacia. He's always injured, he's not that good for me, right? He's average, but he's currently carrying an injury. And he was injured all summer, so no one wanted him. Then he gets injured again. I demote him, I do replace him, and I get rid of him in January. This one was bonkers. Now, at the end of the season, he said he wanted to move on for a new challenge, which is fair enough. He's been here his entire career. He's 29 years old. He's been a bit part player for me, for United. I didn't transfer list him. I just offered him out. And the bids that came in were silly for Scott McTominay. And Fiorentina's was the best. 45 million flat. Straight cash. 45 million from Fiorentina. I don't even think they have a club that has that kind of money. I don't know how they've done it. I don't know why they'd waste that large sum of money on him, but I took it gladly. This one, I know, right, this is my reasoning. I was maybe thinking of moving Osimhen on, but he's alright and he won't moaning. Højlund had a load of bids come in, started moaning, put in a transfer request. I saw a player available on a free and thought, do you know what, sod it. I don't care, we got 100 million for this kid. Happy days, good luck to him, and we do come across him during the season. So of course I do move Malacia on in January eventually, but I wanted his replacement now at the start of the season. I wanted another left back to help out Shaw. We've got Josko who can help, we've got Martinez who can help, but I wanted another left back, and I think this guy is a very good player, 24 years old, and he only cost me 25 million. This guy, I think he's a former wonder kid on the game. I think most of us know who he is by now. Very good young player with tons of potential. Tino Livramento, 23 years old now, in game. Still at Wolves in game. £50 million. So he's my new right back. Of course, I needed a McTominay replacement. And Ruben Neves has had his 2 years or 3 years or whatever it is out in Saudi Arabia. His contracts had come up and he was available on a free. On a free, 29 years old, knows the Premier League, can cover both my positions in the centre of midfield. So handy. I think it's an elite midfielder. Better than McTominay. Absolutely buzzing with this one, but I'm loving my next one. I don't know if you'll love it. Some of you may not. But I like it. Harry bloody Kane. On a free. His deal's come up in Saudi Arabia. He was on mega bucks. He took a pay cut to come back to England. He's 33 years old. I do not care. He's a baller. He's such a top player to have, even at that age. A legend. I don't know how well he'll do for me. But I was well excited on a free. So, I've cashed in on Højlund, cashed in on McTominay, and replaced both of them players on frees. I'm going to use that money to strengthen other areas as well. So, super happy. The player I promoted is Shea Lacey, who is a good little player. He's got loads of potential. Talk of him at United is great. He's, wonder kid potential, all this stuff. He's now 19 in games, so he's obviously very young in real life. He's been on loan. I loaned him out to Coventry a little bit. Last year he was at Rotherham, played a ton. And I just think he's better than Ahmad and Palestri, and it's time to give a young English player like him, I don't know if is he English or has he become English? Sounds Irish to me. A chance. So yeah, he's coming up. And the rest of the team is still that team, a very, very good team. I think it's still good, and I still think it can win trophies, and it will, hopefully. Starting with payback against Everton, the team that robbed me of my treble. Fair play though, I do love Everton, but they were shit in the Community Shield. We beat them 3-0 and picked up our first trophy of the season. It's a busy start to the season, because we also had the European Super Cup against Newcastle, who of course won the Europa League. This was a bit tougher, a bit more of a battle. Harry Kane scored, he had one disallowed, they got back into it. A top player in, by the way, that Newcastle striker. Goes to penalties, we scrape it through, we actually win some penalties, so 2 early trophies, great start to the season. Now on to the bookies odds for the season. We're not favourites, no, which is a little bit annoying. Man City are favourites, even though they were terrible last year. Now they still got in the top 4, didn't they? But they didn't win anything. Now if you look up there at new managers, I was proper shocked. They only sacked him. They sacked Pep and replaced him with Julian Nagelsmann. So because I had the Community Shield and the UEFA Super Cup, we've kept pre-season pretty chill. Shaw got his testimonial against Benfica, which I quite liked. I do like that little touch when you have a testimonial that old players come back and play in the team. Now, not in that first team, as you can see, but if we look at the bench here, we've got Højlund came straight back. Fernandes, Bruno, is a weird one. Who's the weird one? Depay, not him. Diallo, Daniel James. What? So of course, being deadline day, the season's already started. You can see right there, at the minute, we are second. Arsenal, under Erik ten Hag, are flying high, maximum points. Like I said, I've enjoyed this season. It was just hard. I just didn't feel like I was in my flow. Like when I get a full day to get through the majority of it, you flow through it, don't you? You get in the groove. This was in lots of little blocks, even more than usual. Late at night, early mornings, in between work and so on. But it's still decent. We've won 2 trophies. Usual though, I'm going to be B-teaming the domestic cups and going for the big 2. I was already starting the season with a good few injuries and a couple of players coming back, and I felt I have a lot of that this year. There seems to be a lot of injuries. And before I forget, have you noticed? Can you see behind me somewhere? No more beta. The beta's gone. Right then, let's get moving through it. I'm struggling for time today. It's now the 1st of January, and we're still second at this point, a point behind Liverpool. Chelsea came out the blocks flying. They've got Ancelotti, I think, as their manager. And I looked at the squad. It's like they sold a lot of players and didn't really replace them. But it's working. Fair play. They're third. City under Julian Nagelsmann are fifth. I mean, Pep had one blip, man. I can't get my head around that. Let's have a look at those results quickly. It started off brilliantly. Look at the Fulham game. But Jesus, wow. Drew with Spurs. Went a bit of a bad one here. Got beat off Liverpool, which ain't great. Got beat off Brentford. Crap. Then got our shit together. Fantastic run. So we drew with Newcastle. That annoys me now. I will never forget the annoyance I felt from that. But we've bounced back with a couple of victories. Against Norwich as well. We're out of the Carabao. Like I said, B team, it give guys a game. West Brom 3-0. Bournemouth 2-1. West Ham, it was 1-1. Lost penalties. Bit hit and miss with Pengers, aren't we? We're 130 million in the red, but I'm pretty sure at this point last year it was 290. So there's improvement, and I've still got money to spend there, which is bonkers. There's injuries galore, and this was a worrying time because just before Christmas, Harry Kane got injured. Potentially out for 3 weeks. Osimhen got injured, potentially out for 3 weeks. He'd have shit. And I kind of, not panicked, but I thought, I need help here. I mean, Rashford can go up top. And he did for a game or two. I'll just have a look in the loan market. Is there anyone half decent? Hendrick, who I'm currently at this moment in time, I've had a bid accepted to loan him for 6 months. I think it's 160 grand a month. We're going to pay his wages, which aren't a lot. 38 grand. Wish I was on 38 grand a week, but you know what I mean? Hendrick. Well, obviously it's my world, so he's never went to Real Madrid. Arsenal picks him up for 13.75 million. And then loaned him straight out to Huddersfield, where he played 30 games, only scored 8 goals in the Championship and was shit. The next year he went to Fulham on loan in the Championship, only scored 4 goals in 33 games and was shit. And I'm thinking, oh my God, is he actually that good? Should I just take a shot on him? He's played 2 games for Arsenal this season and been shit. That's a squad arranged by average rating. Rashi's having a cracking season. Osimhen's been pretty decent. He moans, but you know, can't play every game, mate. It is what it is. Declan Rice, good player. I mean, it's been a slog. I felt inconsistent really with it. And I mean, I've had to use a lot of players because of injury. There's certain games, I remember one game where I think I had him in defensive midfield, which you can play there. And I can't remember who it was. I had to put another centre half in central midfield. I was that desperate. Are we going to add to the trophy cabinet? It's still a long way to go. And we're actually going to jump all the way to pretty much the end, my last save point. We're not coming in April. We're coming in May. Because things could get tense, but they always do now at this club. There's drama, there's fun, and sometimes glory. And here we are on the 8th of May, and I know I'm full of conspiracies, and I've said this conspiracy a million times, but I genuinely believe this game lays things out sometimes to make it give you a bit of drama, not just as a YouTuber, but to play the game, to make it fun, to make it exciting. And that is what we could have right now, because this is the Premier League. We are top. There's 2 games left to play, and our next game is at Old Trafford, the Theatre of Dreams, against Liverpool, who are second, 2 points behind us. If I win that game, I win the league. If they beat me, they go a point ahead, and then there's dramas going into the last game, which could get tasty. Again, we are away to Crystal Palace, who are 10th, and Liverpool have got Everton, who are 12th, but it's Everton. It's a Merseyside derby, so wow, anything could happen. But before we get into that, let's just go back a little bit. Starting with the FA Cup, and again, I went down the B team theme as much as I could. We drew Palace in that first game. Hendrick scored. Next game against Palace, Hendrick hat-trick. I think he's only scored 2 in them 2 games, more goals he's scored in his entire career, pretty much. Onto the 4th round. Blackpool, check that out, 4-2. Came up against Spurs, and I thought, do you know what? No, I'm going to kind of give guys a game. You can see the Shea Laces, Manus, a few of the others have sneaked in, and we got beat. So we're out in the 5th round, but that's okay. Because obviously, we still got the Champions League as well, and that's a big one, this. Do you know what I mean? I want to win as many as possible. Now, we finished second. We pretty much spent the majority of it at the top, but I think I lost my last game. Against Porto. Drew with Liverpool, and then they're the 6 victories. So of course we bypassed the round. Look at City down here, So it was on to the last 16 and it was all in the press. Obviously, Højlund is now at PSG and he was like, oh, I can't wait. I've got this great relationship with Bood FM. Can't wait for a reunion. Spat his dummy out, put transfer requests in, and a chat with him. You can't stop me doing this. He was a prick. I massively dislike him. And I disliked him even more when we were losing 2-0 and he scored both goals. It's not like he set the world on fire at PSG. Rashi helped us out with a 95th minute goal, and that goal was massive. Well, I thought it'd be massive. And then we absolutely bent him over and rogered him without lubrication. 5-0 at Old Trafford. Check that out. How's that, Højlund? Well happy. On to the quarterfinals against Chelsea, who I beat 2-1. I mean, they started the season. Honestly, they started the season in the Premier League. Fantastic. Got a great manager, Ancelotti. So yeah, 2 of the goals, cruising. Bit of a boring game. Not a lot went on. And then Mudryk got a 92nd minute freaking comeback goal. I thought we may do the same thing at home, give him a good dicking. Again, it was a shit game. We were shit. Sterling scored, but then Kane saved us. Harry, bloody Kane, and we scraped it through into the semis to play the Kings of Europe. I'm pretty sure you knew who they are. In the first of 2 epic battles. Now, Real Madrid went great. They had 1 shot on target and it went in. We got a penalty off Rashford. Again, it's not great. These games have not been fantastic. It was a battle after battle, it felt like. Players playing who weren't 100% and all that stuff, but it was decent. Away from home, we didn't get beat. And then at home, they gave me another massive headache. I am sick to death of penalty fucking shootouts. I've had enough. I've had enough. You've seen who they've got as well. They scored both their goals. I'm thinking, crap, but we had spirit. We had fight. We came back into it. We nearly snatched it, but no, we had to go to penalties. We scored all ours. Back to the Champions League. But now I'm shitting it even more because we have FC Bayern Munich, who we've had some battles with, man. This could go either way. They're a very good team. I wanted Milan. I really did. Not because I felt like it'd be easier, but I like Milan. A man of my age growing up, I love Milan. And if you're wondering, City fans, it was Milan who knocked you out. So these are all the results in the Premier League and the Champions League. You can see we've dropped some balls a lot here. I mean, what's that? 1 draw there against Wolves. We drew against Everton. We drew against Spurs. Beat City. I've done the double over Man City, which is always a joy. Where's the other City game? Down there. 1-0. Have that. But you know, it's not been that bad. It's not been that bad. Just this, a lot of drawing. Champions League, Premier League. We had a better lead in the league. But it is what it is. If we can do the business against Liverpool, we'll be laughing. Look at Hendrick though. 8 goals in 7, 5 sub appearances. Some of them, obviously quite a few of them, were in the cups, but he's been turd for Arsenal, turd out on loan in the Championship, comes to Manchester United under my tutorship, turned into a little ball. I don't think I'm not going to try and buy him. I just think, what a cracking little loan to help us out, and he has helped us out massively. Looking at the squad, you can see we've got Declan Rice knackered. Hopefully we'll save him for Champions League. Onana's been injured, which hasn't been great as well. I mean, the 2 keepers are alright. The backups, they're alright, but it is what it is. Anthony's had tons of injuries this year. You can probably tell how many. He's been more of a squad player because he's not been able to get back in the team fully. But you know, we could still do the double. We could. Rashford's my leading bloody goal scorer. Harry Kane's done alright, 19 goals. I thought he'd score more, even though he's get cracking on a bit. So then, my plan was, especially when I was coming up against Real Madrid, obviously start thinking about how am I going to format this episode, was if we didn't get past Real Madrid, we'd have a big live com against Liverpool, see if we can win the title in a massive, massive game. I'm going to do a short live com with this now, because obviously we're in the Champions League, and I think that'll be a big one. So, let's get into it. Welcome to Old Trafford, Clash of the Titans, 2 arch rivals, our main rival. Super massive, massive clubs, both won loads of trophies. Still got a great team, Jesus Christ. But can we do it? I've just paused it 20 minutes in because it's thrilling, this game. Absolutely thrilling. Shots going left, right and centre. I should pause it more often. as soon as I unpaused it, this happened. Getting Marcus bloody Rashford. It's still not the most exciting game. João Neves has come off injured. I've brought Mainey on because Rice still at 100%. I'm trying to save him for the big game. I can't remember which team it was, but I had a £40-odd million bid in for Mainey this summer. I mean, if I do another season, there might be big changes, you know. I might just fucking have a fire sale and have a rebuild and just see what happens, see if we can still be successful. Honestly, this game has been poor. I think we've only had one on target, 2 shots. We've had that goal disallowed. Liverpool have had 2 shots on target. Neither of them have got a highlight for, so they couldn't have been that good. Here's Mainoo, worth 80 million, let alone 40 million. It's been a crap game though. I don't know how we're doing it, but we're doing it. It's been a chore, I'll be honest with you. Can Liverpool get themselves back into it? This is the title wrapped up though, if we can just hang on for 2.5 minutes and not completely collapse. I mean, Liverpool, they've had more chances, but I haven't seen any highlights and so on. They've not been great either, to be fair. Not really what he did. And oh my God, where has he come from? All of a sudden, I will lap that up. So 6 shots, 4 on target, 3 goals. Both teams were not great. It wasn't the most exciting game, but that is job done. That means I can rest players in the last game. Oh, brilliant. I can't against Palace. Concentrate on that Champions League. Let's give us a little bit of a gap between us and Liverpool. Look at City creeping up slowly but surely. I don't like it. Look at Everton. Wow. I do like that Huddersfield on that list. Come on the hood. Joint with Leeds. Oh, we've got to share this. You get Guard of Honour, don't you? Because we've won the league from Crystal Palace. Look at that. The game didn't matter, but I genuinely thought we'd balls it up royally and we're going to get, embarrassed. But Garnacho saved our blushes, pulled 2 goals back. We drew 2-2. Last time I looked at Liverpool were battering Everton 3-0. But it don't matter because we'd already won the title. Now, even though we just conceded 2, I just got an achievement for conceding the least amount of goals over a season. So it could have been better. So defensively, we've been pretty solid. Going forward, we've been solid. That's why we've won the league. Only by 3 points, but I will take it. It may be the 4th ranked league in Europe, but it's still a cracking league with some cracking teams. And Bayern Munich have romped home and they're champions of it. Although they didn't win it last year, no. Borussia Dortmund won it last year. Now, just in case you're interested, Brentford back to Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final, 5-0. And Forest beat Tottenham in extra time. Mental. I've got Onana thinking he wants to leave. Have a chat with him. Let's see out his contract. If I do another season, we might need a new keeper. Now this is awesome and also scary because if we balls this up, I'll be gutted. We're back to the new camp, like 1999 against Bayern Munich. Now on the run up, you get all the little information for the Champions League, and Bayern Munich have recorded the most tackles, the most clean sheets. They're the leading goal scorer with 34 goals out of 14 games and have conceded the least amount of goals in the Champions League. They've got to be favourites, although my fans on my board are expecting a win. The pressure is real. Welcome to the Camp Nou in Barcelona. What a place to play Bayern Munich with the history our two teams have in this stadium. I've gone with Kane up top. I'm going with the old experience to start the game out with the hope. Look at that formation. With the hope. Bring Osman on maybe. His pound pace. Maybe he can help us later. But I genuinely feel kind of like the underdog a bit. They're just leading in all the stats in the Champions League. We've been a bit scrappy, but we've been scrappy loads in different tournaments and have done okay. I mean, we've done all right in this tournament. Can we win it again? We will find out over the next 90 minutes of football. Hopefully it's only 90 minutes and it's a victory for us because I can't be doing with extra time, and I definitely don't want penalties. But can we start well? Here's Arda, who's really flourished on that. With Anthony having his issues all season, Arda's just full on become that right winger, and he's been really good, to be fair. Really happy we picked him up. Top player Declan Rice is back to full form. I've had to put a centre half in defensive midfield, but it is what it is, and we'll see what happens. We still can do bits, and it's us again. We've got a free kick. Barella had a big bid in from Saudi for him as well in the summer. Just we weren't ready to move on, but I might do another one. Win or lose this. Oh my goodness. Fancy doing another one. Like I said, I've got my next series all lined up because I intended to make that series FM23, so I've got to alter a few of the graphics, and I played half a season of it. I just couldn't fit it into my schedule, and I really want to be in that club, in that league. I really want to try that out, and it's probably a little bit better that I've waited till FM24. You'll see why. So that's ready to go. Obviously not played it yet, but I am enjoying my time here, and it's still getting decent views, so I'll see how I feel. Even though we're winning and we're doing well, I fancy maybe a big change this summer, see if I can move quite a lot of players and generate a lot of money, and see if I can, you know, change it up like Fergie did that time when he sold like the Inces of this world and brought all the kids in, and we were still successful. I mean, this is a bit crap, innit? We've had one shot, not on target, and we've had next to no highlights. Hopefully we'll have a better second half. So yeah, I'm feeling a little old, because I've reached a certain age, and in my line of work, when you reach that age, you have to start having medicals. I had to go for a medical yesterday, full medical, to see, oh, that's why I pour Harry Kane on the pitch, because he's fucking awesome. I don't know what that was. So I had to have a full medical, passed it, eye tests, perception tests, heart, blood pressure, a few other things. Passed it with flying colours, but you know, you just think, Christ, am I that age? I have to have freaking medicals like an old fart. I am. Although I look alright for my age, I think. But I'm excited. This weekend, I've been mentioning it, my friend Luke from the Offbeat podcast is coming to my house, and we're filming 2 episodes like I did with Greeno. We're going to do a head-to-head in Japan. I'm giving him a little advantage, but we're going to see what Japan's like now. It's an active league. Go head-to-head in a Super Cup, and have a good chat. And we're also doing a director of football challenge. We've both done our seasons where you're just a director of football, you sign the players and the staff and an assistant manager to be your manager, and are they going to get back into this? Nope. And then you simulate the season and see who can come out on top. So very excited. They're both main titled New Gen versus Regen. I just paused it to make some changes, because he's a lot younger than me and he's from the New Gen generation. He calls new players New Gens like you're supposed to. Well, I'm old, we call them Regens. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what we can get up to. We get on very well. I'm sure we'll have a laugh, and I'm hoping I can get both episodes. We'll get them filmed on Saturday. Come on, boys. Filmed on Saturday, and I can get them both out, maybe Saturday and Sunday. And you'll support and watch them. Thank you very much. And I'll see. Might do another one. Oh, go on! Are these, and cracking on my next series. The Sub League will be coming soon. All my patrons will be superstar players. Everyone else who applies to join the Sub League will be very good. Just won't be elite. So if you want to become a patron and get into that and be a top player, because it is fun, we'll do a couple of episodes. We have all these teams in a country called Subtopia. We go head to head, we see how we all do. Everyone gets involved. It was a lot of fun last year. Hopefully it'll be a lot of fun this year. I've created a new city in Subtopia and 4 new teams, just in case there's more people want to join in. So I'm putting a little video out where you can apply soon as well. I'm going to try and get that filmed this weekend, so I can start build. Now I can get the editor, can start building the database, because it takes a while to create a lot of players, but it'll be fun. I can't wait. And this final has not been fun. It's not been great. It's not been the most exciting, but we are winning 1-0. We're into injury time. We've got 3 minutes left. Are we going to scrape it? Or Bayern Munich going to break our hearts like we did theirs in 1999? No, Onana. It might be pissing off this summer. Safe hands. Scrapey scrape, scrapey scrapey scrape scrape. We like to scrape our way to glory. I don't care. 5-0, 1-0. We've done it again. I'm very, very happy, and I mean, we've been very successful. But I quite like the idea of that challenge of maybe really breaking down this squad, seeing what I can do, and seeing if we can repeat with the core of new players. We'll see. Let me know what you think in the comments while you're smashing that thumbs up. So I'm not doing too bad. What's that? 10 trophies in 4 seasons. Pretty good. I've just won Manager of the Year again. That's alright, isn't it? Did I get any Manager of the Month this year? I don't think I did I? Christ, what's going on? Still won the league though. So there we have it. Another good season, although it was a bit more of a slog. But as always, thank you for your view. If you do anything else for me, become a patron, hit the thumbs up, comment, all that stuff, subscribe and hit that bell. All that is massively appreciated, but your view always is the most important thing, that you've sat here and followed my little adventure, especially with Manchester United, and especially if you're not a Manchester United fan, I appreciate you that even more. Keep your eyes out for my 2 videos with Luke. They'll be coming next before anything else. And just stay happy, stay safe, be good. If you ever need to talk to me, get in touch. I need to catch up on a few comments, and I will, I always do. And I love you long time, and I'm very happy with that. Happy bloody days, eh? I bet Bain were gutted when they saw the new camp, Man United, weren't they? Gutted. Glory, glory to the Red Boys. Right, I'm Bood, I love you, and I'll see you. Bye-bye.